Welcome. In the Earth was released in 2021 and was directed by Ben Wheatley. It stars Joel Fry and Ellora Torchia, and it is about a scientist and a park ranger who go through the woods to find another scientist, but some weird things happen along the way. Okay, so this was one of the trailers that I saw when I went to go see The Unholy. And it was also with the movie, I think it's called Separation or something, that looks so bad. Like, that might be like a funny bad for the future. I just hope that it's actually funny and not just bad. Or maybe it's a good movie, but Tina, just, you could play a little clip of it. It does not look good.
She's trying to give us a message.
But yeah, so I saw the trailer to this when going to see The Unholy, and it looked interesting to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see it. I'll wait until it's a Tuesday discount day for AMC, and it was really bad. This was bad. I dare say it was really bad. I mean, comparing it to The Unholy, I'd probably watch The Unholy again before I'd watch this movie again. I don't know. It was not a good movie. It was, there's parts of it where there was an idea that I was like, okay, I could get behind this. But so much of it was so terrible, and the editing for it was just so annoying. There's no other way to word it. So much of this movie was so annoying, and let's just start talking about the pros and cons I have with it. So the first pro that I want to say is the character Zach. He is by far the best part about this movie. He was the funniest character. He was so... There's just so many moments with him where it's been a very long time where there's been a character that's felt like kind of like a Freddy Krueger, or just a comic relief character who also could be kind of crazy, or he could have a darker side with that. I can't think of any recent movies that does it well, and I think Zach is the perfect example of a character who is comic relief in a horror movie, and is effective in being that comic relief, and isn't just, oh my god, he's cringe. I really like Zach. I thought his performance was really good, maybe the best one, although I will say I really like Alma, the character Alma, who was played by Ellora Torchia. I'm so sorry if that's not how you pronounce your name. I really liked her performance. I thought she did a great job. Joel Fry was okay. Didn't mind him. I don't know the name of the scientist. Not the main character scientist. The main character scientist is Martin, who's played by Joel Fry. The other scientist who they're going to find, I don't know her name, but she was probably, I would say, the weakest actor in this movie. But yeah, so Zach, excellent. By far, he was probably the only thing that was keeping me kind of like is a strong word for this movie. Making me pay attention to what was on the screen and want to pay attention. We'll say that. He made me want to do that. And the other pro that I have, and probably the best pro besides Zach, the effects for like gore, all the special effect makeup was fantastic. Whoever was the special effects artist, hats off to you. You did a fantastic job with some of the gnarly and gruesome injuries that some of our characters may or may not sustain in this movie. They are done fantastically. There was very close-up shots to some of the injuries, and sometimes when you get a little bit too close, you can be like, oh, that looks fake. They were done very, very well. So hats off to you. And I think the best special effect that we had in this movie Oh, there's two. Actually, the special effect at the end of the movie involving Zach, done very, very well, and a special effect done with Martin towards like the end of the first act, beginning of the second act. Very, very, very great special effects. And I know me talking about those make it seem like this is a good movie. Unfortunately, it's not. There are so many cons. Let's just start with the first one with the plot. So convoluted at points. I mean, it feels like they're just jumping from idea to idea to idea. And although there is that main focus of we have these two characters, they're in the woods, and there is an entity talked about at the beginning of the movie where you are to assume that this is going to be our main antagonist of the movie. Kind of like a Blair Witch, you know? It's a myth or a legend. You don't know if it's true. That is the basic plot of this movie. Now, throughout it, there are ideas that are thrown, like, everywhere, and half of them just don't add up to anything or don't make sense because we didn't get enough character development with our main characters for there to be new ideas involving them or new situations where we could see them grow, or we could see different... We could see more of their background and their story. We unfortunately don't get a lot of it, and I wanted more. Martin has a pretty interesting backstory. We're only given like a few teasers about stuff with his parents and with this scientist, but half the time he just goes, oh, that's private. That's private. So we never really find out anything about anyone. There's not a lot of character development to be had in this movie, which is really upsetting. I mean, it's supposed to be an art house type movie. With those movies, of course, you're going to get your beautiful cinematography, but also you need that character development and that character growth. We see that in Hereditary. There is 100% character development via the mom, the son. We see character development in that. In Midsommar, we get character development. The main character in that movie develops so much to where she is so different from where she is from the beginning to the end. Martin, I cannot say that after watching this movie. Alma, they do something stupid with her. I don't even want to say her character developed. I can't see where her character development is. I mean, if you could say her actions to stuff that happens during the middle of the second act and towards to the end of the third act, if you could even say that was character development, I wouldn't personally say it's character development, but there's none of that, and it's because there are so many issues with the plot and setting up the different characters. It just threw the entire movie off to where there will just be scenes of like random flashing lights, and then boom, blood cells are on the screen, and then boom, it's a nature, and then boom, it's a stone. It like there were so many things happening. It felt like I was tripping out, honestly. I didn't want to feel like that for that long. There were sequences where I would do that for like 2 to 3 minutes, and it would be this blaring loud music and these flashing lights. And I know there was a photosensitive warning at the beginning of the movie, but oh my god, it just became so annoying when it just kept on happening throughout this entire movie. I mean, once we got to the end of the second act, the beginning of the third act, I really wanted to walk out at least 1 or 2 points because of how awful the different sounds and stuff were. It was not good. It was not done well. And honestly, the movie comes off really pretentious at different points. And for an art house movie where you're trying to be artsy and, you know, you can look past maybe a few things, I definitely can't look past a lot of what happened in this movie. It's not very good. I know critics are sucking it off, saying that it's a great movie and, oh, it may be pretentious, but it's an art film. I hate that argument of with art films and what Hereditary basically has caused with all these different art house movies coming out, because man, does it feel so incredibly pretentious. Sorry for that long rant, but it was coming from the heart, and I just had to say what I was feeling. And I feel bad kind of throwing the character of Alma under the bus, because I do like her, but I just wish there was more to her character than what we saw, because Ellora Torchia is an excellent, excellent actress. Wish we saw that in the Earth. So, overall, I'd give this movie a 2.5 out of 10, and I don't recommend it. Even if you could watch it on a discount Tuesday, it's not worth it. Even the funny scenes with Zach, it's not worth it to watch. So thank you everyone for watching this review, and be on the lookout for more reviews in the future. We have some exciting podcasts coming up. We have some horror movies coming up. Just be on the lookout for them. It's going to be a lot of fun. And recently, it's been a year since I posted my first video. I think when this is being uploaded is Friday, April 23rd. Yeah, so the first video I ever uploaded was on April 21st of 2020. So, if you want to check that out, you could check it out. You could see how different these videos are. And if they're not, then that's probably not good if it's not. But thank you everyone for the love and support for the last year. Let's keep on making content. Let's keep on causing our little army to grow. But be on the lookout for the next review. But let's flash forward to the next review.